Rogers is an autistic boy. He's 15 years old. He's been missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. And everybody has been looking for him. Everybody. He is 5 foot 5 inches tall. He weighs 120 pounds. Sandy blonde hair, and he wears glasses. And again, there is no footprint of him whatsoever.
You think back, and there might have been a reason he was possibly upset or something outside that could have enticed him to go outside. Was there anything that came to mind?
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I hadn't been able to figure it out. That morning he was laughing, he was joking. Everyone we were around that day agreed that he seemed like he was in a good mood. He was behaving.
This boy, I've done told y'all, reminds me of my son that had autism, that is my third son. And he disappeared right down the road from part of where my family lives. And I take all of these cases serious. I am not playing about anything right now.
The original thinking was that Sebastian Rogers left home on his own, but the fact that he disappeared without a trace now has authorities looking into the very real possibility of foul play.
I'm not trying to accuse them of anything. I'm trying to tell you how suspicious they are now becoming.
Everywhere you go, you can hear the laughter. Little kids playing, chasing after. Innocence shines bright like a built-in light. With their giggles and smiles, everything feels right. Oh, the joy of little children filling up the air. Their happiness, contagious, nothing can compare. Just watch them run and play, carefree and wild. Oh, the joy of little children.
Your theory.
I think it's possible that someone has my son. I think it's possible that someone has my son. I think it's possible that someone has my son.
I always say, well, who, Katie? Katie May, tell us who has your son. Just saying. Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh, look at Rogue. Look at there. New member. Hello, honey. How are you doing tonight? Thank you. Thank you for becoming a new member for Smiley Squad. Welcome. Love you. Hello, H. Davis. Hello. You're back for the third day in a row. You're just taking a break. Hey, sometimes we all have to take a break. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. Hey, Miss Grace Paris. Hello. Kiki, hi. Millie, so good to see y'all. Janice, all my beautiful mods are here. Hello, Show Poodles. Hello, look at you and that beautiful poodle. Love it. Oh my goodness, Deanna, hello, hi. Hello. Miss Magoo, hi, Smiley. Thanks for not letting Sebastian go cold. Well, honey, I am not going to let Sebastian go untalked about. I can tell you that. We need to keep on Sumner County and these people to make sure he does not go cold. That's a fact. It is heartbreaking. I see all those hearts. It's heartbreaking. Hey, Gypsy. Hello, Gypsy. Janice said, good to see you, everybody. And Daniel Berry, hello. Happy Monday. We almost made it through Monday, June 2nd, 2025. Hello. Yo, yo. And Terry Parker, hello. Had a great day. I hope you had a great day. I hope everybody had a great day. Absolutely. And Christy Smith, hello. Betty Knight, hello. Welcome. Welcome in. Ma Duke, hello. Good evening. Welcome in. Moonflower and Medicine Man, hello. Elaine, Gigi of 2, good evening. Good evening. So glad to see you all here. Welcome. Let's see. Mama Risa. Hello, Mama Risa. Good to see you. BMW Coop. Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. I am so glad. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Showing your love for Sebastian. Absolutely showing it. Y'all are showing out tonight. Jen and Georgia. Hello, hello. Nana, hello, sweet friend. I hope you're doing okay, honey. I hope you're doing good. I hope everything is going good for you. Love you, love you, love you. Oh, I hope everything is going good and everybody is good. It's so great to see everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Many green hearts for Sebastian. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Elaine said, I am 65 years old today. Well, happy birthday. I have been waiting to see who had a birthday in June so I could sing you happy birthday. Woohoo! We're going to sing Elaine happy birthday. Let me just see here. Here we go. Here it is. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elaine. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have so many more wonderful birthdays. Absolutely. Let's ring some bells. Yay, yay. Happy birthday, happy birthday. I hope you're blessed and have many, many, many more. Happy birthday. Love you, love you. Happy birthday. I've been waiting on that. Although I do need to practice my singing, honey. I ain't gonna lie to you about that. But thank goodness for you, Elaine, and I am glad you were born. So happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elaine. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Brianna's World. Hello, hello, and Beverly and everybody coming in, and Amanda Jane. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. I love to see all your faces in here. Love it, love it. Welcome, welcome. I hope y'all had a really good day today. So we have a lot to talk about. Alicia, hello. Hello, beautiful. Hello. We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to start it off with, how about I heard some more from the neighborhood? The neighborhood. I will call you out. Hey, 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 I will call you out. I didn't use that T today. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I wanted to tell y'all about that first before we got started. I always do. I do that almost every time. I will call you out, but it's okay. You'll be like my kids. Look, you'll be like my kids. I got 4 of them. Whatever your name is, you know what your name is? Why are you making me go through that? You know what your name is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Honey, you know what your name is. Why am I sitting here having to call you every name in the book? except yours. And you're just sitting there looking at me like, Mom, come on now. You know what your name is, and you know who I'm talking to. Tomato. You're talking to Smiley here. What difference does it make? Look who you're talking to. I mean, really? Oh my goodness. So, welcome in, everybody. Hit the thumbs up because I am fixing to tell you a few things. Hey, Jennifer. So I heard there were 4 arrests made today in the human trafficking ring in Tennessee. It is ugly and it is cruel. Absolutely. But that's a little progress that they're making. I say a little progress. They need to continue on with it and get on with it. Hey, Veronica Truly. Hello. Hindsight. Hello. Have a blessed evening to you. Hello, beautiful. Hello. Yeah, these people are so sickening. I wish they could just scoop them all up off the street, right? Scoop them all up. Every single one of them. And just, hang them by their toenails, I should add, to the ceiling fan and spin them around. Y'all know that's not what I'm thinking, but that's what I better say. That's what I better say. Anyway, I don't know what. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't guess I'll ever get it. I don't know. But I did want to tell y'all, I did hear more from the neighborhood. Anyway, Millie's like, Smiley, be good. I'm trying, Millie. I am trying. But anyway, I'm not going to read the entire thing. I had several conversations back and forth. But I picked out some things, and I did try to write it down mostly verbatim. And they did tell me, because I thought that y'all wanted to be aware, and they told me that I could share. But there is some things that they told me today that they didn't, that they wanted to keep between us. And as I told them, and I know they're watching, they told me they would watch. And as I told them before, hey, Jody, I told them I would never, and Joni, hello. I told them I would never, and I've told everybody, I will not put out your information or your source or anything like that. I don't care who you are. Never have, never will. Hey, Cindy Lou. Hello. So anyway, Lady Roses, welcome. Lady Roses, welcome her to Smiley Squad. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate you and welcome you so much. Welcome. Hey, Harley and everybody coming in. Hello. But they told me that, and I want to tell you that they told me they did have a productive phone call with Ray Whitley today. And they said it was short and to the point, the conversation was. But that Ray, said his office is ready to prosecute anyone found to be responsible for Sebastian missing. And he made that promise, he, being Ray, made that promise, they said before, and they said he made that promise months ago, and we all know that. They told me that they told him about their concerns in the Sumner County Sheriff's Office as residents and residents who vote them in and give them the power to use that power to protect the people who actually, who they actually gave the power who they actually gave the power to protect the people. Thank you. Look what I got. I got a bonus for saying the name right. I'm teasing you. I will call you out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you. She's like, I love you no matter what. Like Justin said one time, Smiley's just Smiley. You better believe it, honey. You better believe it. Thank you so much. I love you too. Thank you. And look at Kiki. Look, everybody's coming in here strong tonight. Look at Kiki. Thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Everybody, look at that. How nice of y'all. Y'all got it going on tonight. Okay, so let's see. And what else did they say? Hold on, they had some more to say. And they said, let's see. And remember, this is just what I picked out and put on here. So let's see. Make sure I can read my own writing. And as the okay, so about the voting them out. And they said some things. They just told me that they wanted to keep private, and I will honor that. Like I said, I would. But they told me they stayed silent long enough. They told Ray that too, 15 months, and they told Ray this, and that 15 months is about how long it's been since Eric has spoken Sebastian's name. So later on, they told me, and because I did ask this, but later on they told me, at first, because I asked them, was a lot of cars coming down or stuff like that still? Basically, I wanted to know because I was kind of more wondering about, I was wondering, was they getting a lot of people still coming down? But I was wondering more like, did they notice anything different, maybe surveillance or anything like that? Hey, Southern Charm and everybody coming in. So later they told me, again, because I asked, that at first a lot of cars came through there. When Sebastian first went missing, they used to have a lot of cars for several weeks that went, when he went missing, a lot of people would drive up and down their road all hours of the night. And it did alarm some of them. And I can understand that. And they said, they told me that all the people, because it was strange cars coming up and down all hours of the night, it kind of did worry them. But it was only for, and this is important, they said it was only for a short period of time, maybe for a month or so. And then they said traffic did not bother them as reported by Chris. So he lied. Chris lied. Well, go figure that. Anyway. And y'all remember another thing. When all the traffic was really coming through that, hold on, we're going to get to that, Elaine. I did ask that. Just hold on a minute. You're way ahead of me, girl. I did ask that one. All of the traffic when it was coming, when Sebastian was first missing, okay, you got to remember, it couldn't have bothered Chris and them too damn much because they packed up and left, right? Right. That's what I thought. So just saying. And Chris, if you want to correct me anytime, you're more than welcome to take a link. If you want to correct anything that's incorrect as you see it on here. Now, this person told me they wanted to know something. And it made a lot of sense. They asked me this. They said they wanted to know why the parents of a missing teen didn't take the time to walk door to door at any point. to ask questions. They said they also find it very strange that several homes had issues with their security cameras, and that could be something or it could be nothing. That's what they said. Now, on that question you just asked me, they said, because I asked them, I said, do you think he's working? I mean, do you think he's got a job? Is it, I mean, that's none of our business. I know the hate channels are going to say that. Okay. But I was wondering for a reason. I don't really give a damn if he's got a job or not. That ain't what I'm talking about. But they said they didn't know. They're sure he might probably, nobody can answer that. But anyway, they said now after Sebastian went missing, that his truck is there a lot by the garage, a lot more by the garage. So I don't know if he's working or not working. I don't know if he's being supported or whatever. I don't know. But that is something that is just noticeable. I asked that because I think it falls back on, and this is just my opinion and my theories only, not to accuse anybody. Nobody's been accused of anything. The police has not come out and accused nobody of nothing. Well, I don't know. They're watching this. I don't think Bullhorn Betty used no horn to holler for nobody. But anyway, or is that not what you're saying? Using the bullhorn to holler for CP, you out there, buddy. Oh, you're getting, sorry, I was reading that wrong. But what I was saying is, I think it goes back to, and I've said this before. I know you're boring it. I just caught on to that. Sorry. I think it goes back to when his truck wasn't there. Okay, could they make him leave? Talking about CPS, I don't know. But did they give her an ultimatum to leave and take Sebastian out of that neglect? I don't know, but this is the way that I look at it and the way that I see it. And I have a right to all of my thoughts and my opinions. Chris was probably working in Memphis anyway. And, the last time CPS came out, probably, allegedly, maybe, I don't know. It's just a thought that maybe, they said, well, I'm working there. I'll stay there, yada, yada, yada. And then when, and this is again my theory, and then when they had that family meeting at the school and I heard he was there, whatever broke the camel's back in February, I don't know if that's because they got another CPS report. And I don't know. But I feel like, in my opinion only, again, not a fact, but I feel like that's when, if true, that he gave Katie the ultimatum. This is my house, and it's either him or it's me, or he might have told her, it's either you and him are going to hit the road, and that might have been more like it. You and him is out. You're going to hit the road. I'm taking my life back. I'm taking my home back. I'm tired of putting up with the BS, with whatever broke the camel's back, per se. And I'm going to tell you right now, KK chose him. And I don't think, and I'm not trying to take up for him, but I don't think even he thought she would choose him over her son. But that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I've said it before, and I'm saying it again. And that's what I think. Does that make me right? No. I've been wrong plenty of times. But that's what I think. And then you also heard they were having marital issues. So who knows? Lady Rosa said, I totally believe my gut instinct that Ellie put neighbor or another P-timer all had something to do with. They had Sebastian, in my opinion. You know, I honestly don't know. I think it was more than one person, though. I don't think one person could have handled it, to be honest with you. But that's just me. Honestly. And I've got pictures from people, even from last night. I was sent pictures to look at. I won't put them out. I'm going to let them put them out. Oh, I got to turn this fan on, y'all. Every time I turn it off, it's too hot. Hold on. But anyway, that's theirs, but they did want to show me. And, I don't honestly know what to think of any of that part. But I know if somebody's got that, or somebody can see things like that, just like Mob Crew did with stuff and everything like that, then, well, I already know because they already said Ellie had it. So, it is what it is. What they're doing with it, I don't know. But I want to talk about when hate overpowers truth and, all of that. Because I've been sitting here all day thinking deep into this stuff. And y'all know when I go deep, I go deep. So everyone out there who worries, and everybody does worry that has a child, they worry when their child's not missing or nothing's wrong with them, they worry. That's just what a parent does. They worry no matter how old they are. They worry if they're not home. They worry if they're not on time. Even if they don't live with you, they worry. Even if they're grown and have kids of their own, they worry. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Right. And that was approaching, and to me, he felt like, I'm not saying he did or it's an excuse, he felt like all of that was on him. And we know how he can explode. He was ready to explode, in my opinion. And something broke that camel's back, But yes, Retha, I used to be where I would hear an ambulance or whatever, or a police car or something, and I would call if they were out. Even when they were grown, I knew it was time for them to go to work. If they went that way or something, I called, are you all right? Yeah, why? Just to hear their voice, So you worry. I don't get that here. Again, we could all be wrong. I could be wrong. Hey, Woman's Warrior and everybody coming in. But why we worry why they're not home on time. Hey, how's your mama? It doesn't matter how old they are. But just because their children are grown, or even, maybe they have children, none of that matters. At least not to me, it don't. So I cannot grasp, in my opinion, what Seth goes through. And I say Seth because Seth is the one that I see out here making his feelings known, trying to get coverage. Hey, the hen house, Beverly, Valley Girl, everybody coming in, blue-eyed dumplings, going to the police department, doing searches, doing whatever he has to do, and the tears and everything, the emotions. And I know everybody don't have emotions like everybody else, but you can tell the difference. At least I can. And I can't grasp, and I never will, and I don't want to ever know what that man is going through. The pain, the wondering, the barely sleeping, the trying to get assistance to no avail, feeling alone. Even if he's not, I can assure you he feels stuck, just not knowing what to do. Oh, I've been in that position. That's a horrible position to be in. Just feeling stuck. My mama used to always say, if you don't know what to do, don't do nothing. I used to get so mad at her for that. Rest her soul. Now I understand what she means. But she used to tell me that even when I was grown. If you don't know what to do, don't do nothing. But Sebastian is missing. And Seth shows he wants him back. He showed that over and over again, while others allow him, in my opinion, and I'm speaking of Seth, to suffer day in and day out, holding the key, knowing they have the key to not make another human being in this world suffer, especially Sebastian Rogers or his father. And I don't understand it. I don't understand how people can be so cruel. Even if they know, and I'm just saying, even if they know he's not coming back, they're making his dad suffer because hate is more better than truth with them, in my opinion. And when hate overpowers truth, justice becomes a shadow, and lies wears that crown. That crown. Don't forget that. When hate overpowers truth, justice becomes a shadow, and lies wears the crown. Many people need to hear that tonight, in my opinion. Most people won't speak on or talk about this, or talk about the things, or say the things that I will, or how I say them, and that's fine. But I'm going to. I'm going to. I will. Can hate be so deep for someone else that you would bury the truth, even if it means losing your child forever? Think about that for a minute. Sebastian is a child who now fills up flyers, pieces of paper, for God's sakes, flyers, alerts, prayers around the world, people's homes, out of people's homes, in people's homes, around the world. He's been in the news. He's been on social media. The community and the state is whispering. And those whispers from the community and everywhere else are getting louder. Those whispers are getting louder. People are starting to talk, and the truth will come out. The truth will come out. They're tired of the silence. People is tired of the silence. But there's something way more sinister here, in my opinion. Relationships, silence, hate. We all know tensions ran deep and they run high between Sebastian's parents. More so, the hate Katie seemed, in my opinion, to carry for Sebastian's father, Seth. And that's just my opinion. Has anger became louder than the voice of a missing child? Think about that for a minute. Her missing child? Has anger became louder than the voice of a missing child? Seth tries not to say anything bad about Sebastian's mom. Now, I know, to be fair, he has. It is, Holly. It is. And you may want to set this one out, but I'm going here. But I know that even before anything happened to Sebastian, I know that Seth never liked to say anything about things he knew or that Katie did that might have not even had anything to do with Sebastian. Right? Because he did that for Sebastian out of respect for his mother. But has anger became louder than the voice of a missing child? This is just what I see. I haven't spoken to nobody. I haven't talked to nobody. I sit here all day long trying to figure some things out. And I told y'all, it's not good when I start thinking. People are selfish. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure I couldn't have done as well. I don't know, Retha, about that, but I don't know. We all know tensions ran high, like I said, between the parents. Again, he's not perfect. They're not perfect. Things we all have said or done has not always been the best. But at the end of the day, Sebastian has been hurt under his mother's roof, not under my roof, not under everybody else's roof to make everybody else hate everybody else, not go after this one or go after that one or to go after his father. Sebastian has been hurt or missing under his mother's roof. And that's easy to see. It's very simple. And that is simply the fact. Like I said, anytime, if I've ever talked to Seth, I've tried to talk to him about being, in a human capacity, not as a missing child's father capacity. I haven't bombarded him with questions or all that, because he is human. He gets enough of that. He can't even jump down in anybody's chat. I see it all over the place, and he gets questions. Not to say if I want to ask something, I'm going to ask it. But that's why I've never had him up here on my panel. Does that mean I will never ask him up here or he's not welcome? No, he can come up here right now if he wants to. But I don't feel it's necessary, in my opinion. In my opinion, I don't think so. I think at this point, we pretty much know everything that we need to know, especially from his side. I talk to him like he's a human, because he shows he has a missing son that he wants to get back. Period. He has nobody in my eyes. There's maybe one or two, and he needs a little peace. Absolutely. And I do too. I hope he realizes how much he is supported. And it's sad to know that he also comes on here trying to find anything and everything that he can see, hear. Hey, she ran calling wildfire. See and hear. Just like that teacher, or they were telling in Justin's chat the other day, that other missing kid's parent wanted to go to the school, sit in the child's seat, feel, touch, smell, whatever. Seth comes on here and wants to hear everything he can, but what does he get? He goes in these chats, and I'm talking about ones he thinks are for Sebastian, and it's just me, my, and back and forth with the others. It's insane. It is just totally insane, if you ask me. That's the way I see it. That's what I see, and I'm entitled to that. That's just me. But he never let that take the focus off of his child, off of Sebastian. Why has his mother, in my opinion, she hasn't even put much focus on Sebastian, much less worried about what took it off. And that's just my opinion. I can have an opinion. The damn girl down the street wearing that ugly ass shirt needs to throw it away. That's my opinion. But it don't mean to everybody else it's ugly. Okay? I'm just saying. When hate overpowers truth, again, justice fades. I think that's what everybody wants. The justice to fade, Sebastian to go away, people to stop talking. People really need to come to their senses, in my opinion. Why did Chris on the morning of February 26, 2025 tell Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, before he even told him the situation or that he was missing? Don't be mad. Let that sink in a minute. And ask yourself that. Hey, Charlie, good to see you, honey. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. But why? It feels like Sebastian is still being emotionally silenced to me, and the same with his father. Again, that's just me, okay? That's just me. I'm not here, although I know it seems like it, I'm not here to just accuse, but to ask, what matters the most right now? Being right or finding Sebastian? Hey, Rod. Hello, hello. You know, what's more important? No, we're not ever going to forget Sebastian or Seth, and we're not going to give up. We're not going to shut up. We're not going to give up. It's just not going to happen. You know? So no matter how big or how small the hate is, or resentment is, or fear, get over it. Get over it and reach out. Tell the truth. Also, what you really know, in my opinion, Katie, it's not just hate harming this case. In my opinion, it's straight up silence about your son. I don't care what your silence about anything else. I'm talking about your son. Your one and only son. Your one and only child, as I understand it. Katie was the very last one with her son. She stated that. Chris stated that. You can't hate me for that. No matter if it was there, if Chris was there or Chris was not there. They both stated that. We may never know, but Katie knows. And Sebastian was and is her son. And Sebastian will always be her son no matter what. Katie knows, at least she knows, in my opinion, you didn't find it odd. Sorry, y'all. You didn't find it odd that their home didn't even look like Sebastian lived there. Like, really no photos on. Oh, yeah, that was very odd. Absolutely. Rod said, her words is what we are talking about. They said things, and in my opinion, absolutely. These are her words. Her words, Chris's words, their words. Hey, Garrett, welcome, welcome. Absolutely. So in my opinion, Katie knows. She at least knows, in my opinion, more truth than she's telling. And she not only owes that to herself and Sebastian's father, she needs to stop playing these charades. I said it. She owes every bit of the truth and every bit of it to her son, whose name she can't seem to say, which is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. No matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the outcome is, no matter what the fallout is going to be, she owes the truth to his father and to her son. That's what my opinion is. To the community, gosh, I thank the community for those who have spoke up and spoke out and who is starting to speak out and who's starting to speak up. We all appreciate you. I know I can speak for Justin saying that, for people coming to him. People are coming out of the woodwork now. And it's about time, in my opinion. But no, we all appreciate you. Rod said, in my opinion, Smiley, I agree, was Nina Chris March 24 trial was the reason they didn't want him to testify. It's very possible, that we've heard that. I think I did ask him that, or somebody asked him that, and he said no, but of course he's going to say no. He's going to say no. He's definitely not going to admit to that, and we wouldn't know that unless we got those records. But yeah, he said no. I'm not so sure that I believe that. I'm not 100% sure, and this person's not 100% sure, but I will tell y'all, there's been no sign of the little girl over there right now, as far as I know, and as far as anybody's seen. That don't mean she's not. But that's a good thing, right? So I don't know. I'm just saying, nothing's been seen about that. He won't ever come back on my panel. I have asked him. He won't ever come back on my panel. Because you know what? He didn't know I was like I was when he come up here, which I'll be very respectful. I'll be the same way to him if he come up here again. And I've even told others, yes, I would meet him. I'm not scared of him. Yes, I would meet him. Yes, I would sit down and have, lunch or coffee or whatever. I'm just that type of person. But am I going to buy the bullshit? No, I won't. And that's what he realizes. I'm not going to buy the bullshit. So he won't come back up here. These people in that community deserve to go back to some kind of normalcy. They do. I'm sure. I'm sure. Yep, y'all get them likes up. Go ahead and hit that like button. Thumbs up, thumbs up. They deserve, though, in that neighborhood and in that community. In fact, that's tore the whole Hendersonville up, Sumner County. They all need to go back to normal, honestly. But until this is resolved, I doubt that will happen. I doubt it. But people are sick of it. And they're sick of the silence. people have no idea about, I'm going to say, because this is it's not normal. It's not normal to be living in a neighborhood or a home with to be haunted by such a mystery when the police won't even come out and talk or speak or say a thing, and you live by people you have no idea about, and some of them fear, and that's your home, and most of them live there many, many, many years before they did. They intended when they had that home for their children or their grandchildren or for their forever home or for whatever reason. And nobody's got the decency to come out and tell them anything. They must not be silenced. We must not be silenced. And they must not be silenced or scared into selling their homes and leaving. Some's even thought about that. And trust and believe, Mommy Dearest Corella has sold many houses in that neighborhood and in that area, and she has let it be known. Her status goes to her head. Kiki said, just look under Tennessee Missing Children. Don't see Sebastian on there. Can you pull it up? Make sure I'm wrong. He's under there. Let's see. We've been through this before. Hold on. Hold on, I'm looking down. Oh, hold on. Well, on TBI, under Tennessee Missing Children, I damn sure don't see him on here. I'm gonna, hold on a minute. You're right, Kiki. Hold on a minute. I guess they're just itching for me to make calls. Under that site right there, no, he's not on there. Jesus Christ. And that's under the Tennessee Missing Children, TBI. You know what? Yeah, hold on a minute. Why is he not on there? I don't get it. We can only pray, right? Oh, where you at? We can only pray. It is. He should be number one on there. I'm just saying. Not that he's more important than anybody else, but I mean, we've had incidents like this before where, not on this though. Why did it go to that? Hold on a minute. I know they make me so mad, Alicia. All right, I don't know. I can't get nobody to answer. It's pissing me off because I can't get nobody to answer. But I will be having a call with them later. I don't know, Kiki. You might want to keep trying to call and ask them because y'all can do the same thing I can, but I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, if you pull up his name and he's in missing kids and he's in, all the above, but why is he not on there? Why is he not on there? That pisses me off. He should be on their list. That makes no sense. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't know. So, it's been long enough. It's just bullshit. And it's bullshit. You can't get through to them. It's just crap. It really is, if you ask me. When they start getting my panties in a wad over can't get somebody to answer the phone, are you kidding me? Hello, JH. Hello, everybody coming in. Thank you. So anyway, yeah. But anyway, all right, let me get back on track here because I can't think. If I get off track, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a hot mess. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Kiki. That's why I'm upset. If they can't answer the dang phone, how's anybody supposed to leave tips? That's what I'm talking about. I only doubt it like 5 times. Thank you. That's why I said if you want to keep trying, you can. I'm just going to go on with this show here. I don't know. I don't. And yes, right here. See this petition right here? Says petition for FBI to take over. Can y'all please, and coming in, continue to sign that and pass it around? It is. What if we had an emergency? What if I was sitting here holding him right here and I couldn't get, I don't even know. Don't make me get into scenarios because I'll be pissed off. Okay, y'all can't sidetrack me like that. I'm just saying, just can't do it. I can't do it. Oh my gosh. Oh. But anyway, we're not here for this. We're not here for all this. We're here for Sebastian. And I want to talk about this right here, the hate that overpowers. That's what I want to talk about. It's not your fault, Kiki. I shouldn't have picked up the phone and dialed. It's fine. It's not you. It was me. That's fine. It's not you. Yeah, it should have been. My people know me. It should have. They should have. No. Anyway, we're not going to be silenced. Picture, no picture. Yeah, they need a little push in their asses, don't they? I think I might make a couple of extra calls tomorrow. Ugh. But anyway, the parents, this is not about your pain anymore. It's not. It's about a missing young man named Sebastian. That's who it's about. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. People seem to understand that. The others, they don't seem to give a damn. One parent I know seems to understand that. And the others, they're just, psh. And that's my opinion. They don't seem to give a damn. I just don't even know what to say or think anymore. But Sebastian is what we're here for, not the drama, not the division, but the truth. And we won't stop asking the hard questions until they are answered, right? We won't stop asking hard questions until he is found. All of this isn't just a missing persons case, in my opinion. It's a fractured relationship, a broken chain of trust. Nobody can trust nobody. And that brings a wall of silence, right? And in this case, Sebastian, none of us have the luxury of being silent in this case. Obviously, do you see what we have to deal with? If they're not even going to answer the phones, if they're not, we've heard different things. We don't have the luxury to be quiet. So again, I ask, is the hate so deep from Sebastian's mother for Sebastian's father that she would keep the truth from him until her dying day? Forever? Katie, forever is a long time. And in my opinion, you know. And I don't give a shit who likes it. I said it. And why does Chris do all the talking? Why does he run all the narratives if he wasn't there? Again, I tell you, that's interference with the case. Deanna said, I wish my sons would have had a father like Seth Rogers. There's many, many people out there that wish they would have had fathers like Seth. Nobody's perfect. But he will, in my opinion, do anything for a son. Why is the hate so deep? Yeah, why is he telling the story when he was not there? Was he there or was he not there? Which one is it? Because he wants to correct everybody? Was you or was you not? That's right, Little Red. That's right. He wants to do all the talking, all the planning, all the figuring. He calls it protecting his family. That ain't protecting a damn thing. How do you know so much? You wasn't there. It's one thing to want to talk and protect. So would I. But if I wasn't there, I could never, ever in a million years try to even come close to talking like he does. And, you know, he's slipped several times, in my opinion. I say stand together. I know they're all probably going, we ain't standing nowhere together. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Katie could even do that if she wanted to. You know, not with Chris. Chris needs to step back. Chris, why don't you butt out? You weren't there. Hate is also a way to rewrite the rules. And it turns into a weapon. Stop using Sebastian, in my opinion, as a weapon. Stop trying to rewrite the rules. I don't like to be accusatory, but the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. I don't know who did what. Nobody has been named a suspect. But if this mother, we'll start calling her this mother, like she does that boy, I'm just saying. But if this mother knows anything that could help, I mean, she was the last one to be seen with him. She was the last one that locked herself in with him with no way out. Nobody could break in. At least in earlier days, right? And she allowed Chris to do the same to her, at least in earlier days. Because Chris said, they said on my panel over 3 hours and said, we would have saw somebody go out the window. We would have heard if he went out the window. We would have saw if the front door was open. So he can either go out the front door or he can't, because you would have saw one or both of you. Lies, 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 lies. But if this mother knows anything that can help, she needs to tell it. I'm telling her, don't let the hate hold you back, Katie. This isn't about right or wrong. This is not about love or hate. This is not about win or lose. This is about a child, a young man, a brilliant autistic teen who his teacher said publicly is smart, funny, lovable, and you would never ever know he even had any deficits. His name, you gave him the name. His name is Sebastian. And Sebastian deserves every effort, every voice, every ounce of truth, no matter who it hurts. Even if it hurts you. No matter whose ego takes a hit. You got to think about truth as not a weapon, but as a rescue rope. So grab that rope and tell the truth, Katie. Grab it tight. Right now, we need it pulled tight for Sebastian. There's a lot of people that think that. There's a lot of people that think that. Oh, excuse me. Stephanie said, make it crystal clear the last time CP seen Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was early February. Until the 26th. Yep, that slipped out of his mouth, didn't it? Didn't it? Until the 26th. How do you see him on the 26th when he was already gone, Chris? Just wondering. If you're holding something back and you suspect something, no matter how little it is, we don't care about the blame. All we care about is Sebastian. Okay? That's what I care about, is Sebastian. All the other stuff can fall into place later on. Because every second of silence, every lie, every half-truth makes this trail go cold. It makes his case go cold. And I know some of y'all want more than anything. You're down on your knees right now begging God. You probably never even talked to God before, and you're on your hands and knees with a candle lit, saying, God, please let this case go cold. Please, please. Well, it don't work that way. And it ain't going to happen. We want Sebastian found. And the truth could do just that. We don't care about anything else except bringing Sebastian home. What do y'all think? Do y'all think hate can be so powerful that it blinds people from helping their own child? Because in my opinion, I do. And that's my opinion, but I do feel like that. I guess it would depend on, yeah, I could never do that. Absolutely never. But I believe there are people out there that it could blind them. And you're right, also greed does too. That's right. You are 100% right on that. You're right. I've literally seen real families tore apart or fall apart because of grief or resentment. But Sebastian deserves so much more. He deserves so much more than to be on a piece of paper and to be on a poster. He deserves so much more than this. He deserves so much more than that right there. Exactly, Jen. You would. You absolutely would. I would. Most people would. Absolutely. You know, and I mean, the hate and the bashing and the laughing and the carrying on and all the things. And that neighborhood person who said, why would they not knock on people's doors at any given point in time and ask about their child? And that's what I said last night in my live. Did Katie run out the door? And did she ever, that morning, did she ever go to where any children lived? Even if Sebastian had never done that before, did she ever knock on any door where any children lived and say, look, my son is missing. I thought maybe he might see. I know you have children. Is he here? Anything. Nothing. No, she did not. Hold on, I'm reading something. Okay, so as far as I know, three as far as I know, 3 security systems went down for several hours that night. Uh-oh. Oh, so they said Eric asked us not to share that information and we don't have to honor it. I started saying, uh-oh, I read that too soon. But he said, or this person said, Eric said, can ask us not to share it, but we don't have to honor it. Okay. So, hold on. Oh, and this is interesting. And I think we knew about one time. And if I'm not mistaken, well, I ain't going to say when, but I think I heard about this, but I'm not quite sure if this was the timeline. But anyway, this person is telling me that they had a cleaning company at the house twice. Yeah, this person believes Sebastian would have definitely called his father. And I don't know that. They're asking me, does anybody know? They want to know, does anybody know? I'm sure that they did, but I don't know for a fact. And this person's asking me, do I know if they talked to Sebastian's doctors? But I'm pretty sure that they did. I'm pretty sure. Thank you. And I know you're listening. Thank you so much. And that will be a great call. Let me know what happens with that one. Thank you so much. Yeah, and they said, remember to say his name and pay no attention to the idiots who think having them on a live to push their narrative is doing their part. The tide is changing, they said. We are done with silence. And I hope Eric understands we are done with him. And that goes for several people. We need to find Sebastian. Amen. Thank you for that. Thank you. So, yeah. Hey, everybody coming in. Hello, hello. So, yeah, that's just, I appreciate that so much. But, yeah, and they may, a lot of them may, because they have been talking and they're not happy. I'll just say that. They're not happy. I really appreciate that. And I'm glad that they're starting to speak up and speak out. So there's that. And I'm glad they're making their phone calls. Absolutely all the things. Sebastian deserves a lot more than this. He deserves more than just being on a piece of paper offering a reward. And he's worth more than money. He's worth $50,000 and then $450,000, and that was jumped up from this, that, and the other. And he's not for sale. He's not a bid. This is ridiculous. We're not at an auction. This is a real child, a real human being here. What gives? So y'all, I don't know, but just don't stop asking. Where is Sebastian? Where is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers? Keep saying his name. Remember, there's no perfect crime. He was 5'5", 120 pounds, and he was wearing black framed glasses when he left. Allegedly, he was barefoot and had on all black. But that don't even matter 15 months later, because he's not going to be the same way today. He's not going to have on the same clothes. He's not going to have on... He would have shoes by now if he's out there somewhere. Thank you so much. Thank you. just signing it is great. Absolutely. Thank you. But please, yes, come out and speak to the public. You can do that without jeopardizing anything. After all, that's what you got your big bachelor's degree and what you're, over the whole county and what you're so smart for, right? So anyway, if anybody knows anything, please tell. You may have been sitting in Texas Roadhouse that night. You might have seen something down the street. You just might have seen something. You might have heard something. It may be later on. But please help bring Sebastian home. And stop letting hate overpower the truth. Thank you all for joining me. Every single one of you. I appreciate you so much. And I love you so much. Stay focused on Sebastian. And I'll talk to you next time. Y'all have a good night.